figures from paintings by the old masters, rendered in thousands of pieces of glass. This dog kept watch over his master in a painting by Peter Paul Rubens for over 400 years. Polish sculptor Marta Klonowska has now transported him into another current dimension.
I
think it's interesting. I really like to go to exhibitions of the old masters. There's always something new to discover. So I thought it would be interesting to take something from these paintings and reinterpret it as something of my own.
Klonowska focused on the animals in the old masterpieces, plucking them from the background and placing them center stage, like this dog from a painting by French artist Claude Louis Deray. The only thing left of his mistress is a pair of shoes.
When you make the rounds of the galleries in Berlin, you might find only 1 or 2 exhibitions of works in glass. But you'll find 100 exhibitions of paintings, 100 of photographs, and maybe another 100 featuring videos and installations. Glass is a very small niche, and that fact alone makes it interesting.
It's a niche that Klonowska is exploring for herself. All kinds of animals can serve as an inspiration. Take this goat, for instance. In 1630, Flemish Baroque painter Alexander Keirinch created it in miniature. Klonowska collects ideas on visits to museums like Düsseldorf's Kunstpalast. She became interested in Baroque painting while studying art. What fascinates her about the work by Rubens is the way the dog reflects its master's strength.
These were all subjects from before the age of photography, and people wanted to show off, prove that they were there, and leave behind a document of themselves. That's what they did. I mean that positively. They put certain traits or certain situations on display. That's how these paintings are structured.
In her Düsseldorf studio, Klonowska works on a new piece for an exhibition in Venice. It's modeled on a squirrel from a still life by Flemish painter Franz Snijders.
This squirrel is a cute little animal, in theory at least. In reality, if you look at an enlargement, it's a predator. It has a threatening expression. That's what interests me, and I'd like to do an oversized version of it to make it more abstract and reduce the cuteness.
Klonowska will need up to 3 months to render the painted squirrel in glass. She starts by welding together a frame made from metal rods while referring to sketches she's made. She then cuts panes of glass into shards. This is the most challenging part. She spends about half of her working time cutting the panes into strips. Then she sticks the shards onto the sculpture. She has to be careful not to cut herself.
The problem is knowing when to stop. When you get too tired, your concentration drops off, and then you move in ways you shouldn't. It's easy to slit your hand open.
In all her years of working with razor-sharp edges, Marta Klonowska has never seriously injured herself. The sculptor is currently exhibiting in Berlin her glass menagerie featuring 4 centuries of art history.